Every spring, it starts the same way. You spend an afternoon pulling weeds until your back aches. You stand up, admire the freshly cleaned flower bed, and think, finally, that's done. Then, 2 weeks later, they're back, sometimes even thicker than before. Here's what nobody tells you about weeds. The problem usually isn't the weeds themselves. It's the empty space you're leaving behind. Nature doesn't like bare soil. If you don't cover it with plants you actually want, weeds are more than happy to move in. That realization completely changed the way I garden. Instead of spending weekends fighting weeds, I started planting living ground covers that naturally crowded them out. The result wasn't a perfectly weed-free garden. No honest gardener can promise that, but it dramatically reduced the amount of weeding while making the landscape far more beautiful. Today, we're looking at 9 incredible ground covers that help suppress weeds naturally. Some produce carpets of colorful flowers, others thrive where grass refuses to grow. One of them even gives you edible fruit while quietly doing the hard work beneath your feet. And don't miss the final plant on today's list. It has become one of the most dependable, low-maintenance ground covers for gardeners who simply want fewer weeds and more time to enjoy their yard. Let's get started. Number 1. Creeping Phlox, a spring carpet that leaves little room for weeds. Imagine walking outside after a long winter and finding your garden covered in waves of pink, lavender, white, or deep purple flowers. The ground almost disappears beneath the blooms. That's the magic of Creeping Phlox. This North American native has been winning gardeners over for generations because it combines beauty with practical performance. Here's the thing. When Creeping Phlox matures, its evergreen foliage forms a thick mat that shades much of the soil underneath. Since many weed seeds need sunlight to germinate, that dense cover can significantly reduce the number of weeds that sprout. It's not a miracle plant. You'll still remove the occasional weed, especially while it's filling in. But compared to leaving the soil bare, the difference can be remarkable. Another reason gardeners love it is its versatility. It spills gracefully over retaining walls, softens rocky slopes, fills borders, and creates breathtaking ribbons of color along pathways. Pollinators love it too. In early spring, bees and butterflies often arrive as soon as the flowers begin opening, bringing even more life into the garden. If you're new to gardening, Creeping Phlox is refreshingly forgiving. Once established, it tolerates dry periods much better than many flowering ground covers, and asks for very little beyond occasional trimming after blooming. Growing tip. Creeping Phlox performs best in USDA zones 3 through 9. Give it full sun and well-drained soil. Avoid planting it where water tends to sit after heavy rain, as overly wet conditions can lead to root problems. The biggest lesson from Creeping Phlox is simple. Sometimes the prettiest solution is also the smartest one. Number 2. Creeping Jenny, the golden blanket that brightens dark corners. Some gardens have places that always seem a little dull. Maybe it's beside a patio, around stepping stones, or beneath taller shrubs where nothing seems to stand out. Creeping Jenny changes that almost overnight. Its small, rounded leaves spread outward like tiny golden coins, creating a glowing blanket that catches the morning sun and brightens even quiet corners of the landscape. In spring and summer, its cheerful foliage often becomes the feature people notice first. But appearance is only part of the story. Creeping Jenny grows by producing trailing stems that root as they spread. Over time, these stems weave together into a dense cover that shades the soil and leaves fewer opportunities for weed seeds to establish themselves. Many gardeners also appreciate how beautifully it softens hard edges. It flows naturally over containers, stone walls, raised beds, and garden borders, giving everything a relaxed, established look. What most people don't realize is that this plant enjoys moisture more than many other ground covers. That makes it especially useful in areas where the soil stays consistently damp and other low-growing plants struggle. If you're gardening in a rainy climate or have a low spot that rarely dries out completely, Creeping Jenny may thrive where others fail. One important note though, because it spreads enthusiastically, it's best planted where you actually want it to fill space. In smaller beds, occasional trimming helps keep it neat and prevents it from wandering into neighboring plants. Growing tip. Creeping Jenny grows well in USDA zones 4 through 9. It tolerates full sun in cooler climates, but often appreciates partial shade in hotter regions, especially where afternoon temperatures become intense. A healthy ground cover doesn't just hide the ground, it changes how the entire garden feels. The best weed-suppressing plants don't attack weeds, they simply outcompete them. And the next one might be one of the toughest plants you'll ever grow. It laughs at drought, thrives in poor soil, and asks for remarkably little once it's settled in. Number 3. Sedum, stone crop, the survivor that thrives where others give up. Every garden seems to have one impossible spot. Maybe it's the strip beside the driveway that bakes in the afternoon sun, a rocky slope where water disappears almost instantly, or that dry patch where everything you plant eventually gives up. Sedum looks at those places and gets to work. Its thick, fleshy leaves store water like tiny reservoirs, allowing it to remain healthy during dry spells that would leave many other plants struggling. Depending on the variety, the foliage may appear blue-green, silver, burgundy, or even golden, creating year-round texture before the flowers ever appear. Then, almost unexpectedly, clusters of star-shaped blooms begin opening. Bees arrive, butterflies follow, and suddenly that forgotten corner becomes one of the busiest places in the garden. Sedum suppresses weeds by gradually forming a continuous mat over the soil surface. As the plants spread, they reduce the amount of exposed ground available for weed seeds to germinate. Because the foliage stays relatively low, sunlight has a much harder time reaching bare soil underneath. One of the reasons beginners succeed with sedum is that it's difficult to overcomplicate. It rarely needs fertilizer. It dislikes soggy soil. And once established, frequent watering usually does more harm than good. In fact, many experienced gardeners joke that the fastest way to kill sedum is by trying too hard to take care of it. Growing tip. Most creeping sedum varieties thrive in USDA zones 3 through 9. Plant them in full sun with excellent drainage. They're outstanding choices for rock gardens, borders, retaining walls, gravel paths, and areas with poor soil. Sedum reminds us of something every gardener eventually learns. The toughest plants are often the ones that ask the least from us. We've only covered the first 3, and already you can see that weed control isn't about constant pulling, it's about smart planting. But don't go anywhere. The best weed control doesn't come in a bottle. It grows. Nature has been solving this problem long before weed killers existed. The trick is choosing plants that occupy every inch of available space before weeds get the chance. And now we're getting into the ground covers that surprise even experienced gardeners. One of these can handle dry shade, another stays green almost all year, and another is so vigorous that you'll need to think carefully about where you plant it. Number 4. Sweet Woodruff, the shade lover that weaves a living carpet. Some parts of the garden seem impossible. The area beneath mature trees. The north side of the house, that corner where sunlight barely reaches for a few hours each day, many gardeners give up on these spots. Sweet Woodruff doesn't. Imagine delicate emerald green stems spreading quietly beneath trees, while tiny white flowers appear in late spring, like scattered stars across the forest floor. It's elegant without trying to be. What most people don't realize is that weeds struggle in deep shade just as much as many ornamental plants do. Sweet Woodruff fills that empty space before unwanted weeds ever establish themselves. As the plants slowly connect, their foliage shades the soil, helping retain moisture while reducing weed germination. It also has a fascinating history. For centuries across Europe, Sweet Woodruff was planted around monasteries and cottage gardens, where it served as both a decorative ground cover and a fragrant herb. When dried, its leaves release a sweet vanilla-like scent thanks to a natural compound called coumarin. While it's no longer commonly used as an herb today, its gardening value remains remarkable. It's especially useful beneath deciduous trees, where grass constantly struggles. Growing tip: Sweet Woodruff performs best in USDA zones 4 through 8. Give it partial to full shade with moist, well-drained soil, especially while it's becoming established. Once settled, it requires surprisingly little attention. If your garden has those frustrating shady patches where nothing seems happy, Sweet Woodruff often turns them into one of the prettiest places in the yard. Sometimes, the hardest places simply need the right plant, not more work. Number 5. Creeping Thyme, the ground cover that smells incredible every time you walk by. Here's one that earns its place twice. It suppresses weeds, and it fills your garden with fragrance. Picture tiny evergreen leaves forming a dense cushion over the ground. Then, as summer arrives, that cushion suddenly erupts into thousands of tiny purple, pink, or lavender flowers buzzing with bees and butterflies. Now imagine stepping across it. Every footstep releases the warm, herbal scent of thyme into the air. That's why so many gardeners fall in love with it. But there's another reason. Creeping thyme forms an extremely dense mat that leaves very little exposed soil for weed seeds to land and grow. Its roots also help stabilize slopes and prevent erosion, making it ideal for difficult areas where grass struggles. Unlike taller plants, it stays close to the ground while creating an attractive living mulch. And because it's drought tolerant once established, It often performs well in places where watering isn't practical. This is one of those plants that actually prefers a little neglect. Too much fertilizer encourages leafy growth at the expense of flowers. Too much water can weaken it. Growing tip? Plant creeping thyme in full sun. USDA zones 4 through 9 are generally ideal, depending on the variety. Excellent drainage is essential. Heavy, constantly wet soils are its biggest enemy. If you've been looking for something beautiful enough for pathways but practical enough to reduce weeding, this is one of the strongest candidates you'll find. Some plants ask for constant care. This one rewards you for leaving it alone. Number 6. Ajuga bugleweed, the fast spreader that paints the ground purple. If you've ever seen a garden where the ground looked almost quilted in deep green, bronze, or purple leaves, there's a good chance Ajuga was responsible. This plant doesn't merely fill gaps, it transforms them. Imagine glossy leaves spreading outward in every direction until they connect into a rich carpet. Then, in spring, upright spikes covered in brilliant blue-purple flowers rise above the foliage, attracting bees from every direction. It's one of those moments that makes an ordinary flower bed suddenly look professionally designed. Ajuga grows through runners, allowing it to spread steadily across open soil. As those runners connect, sunlight can no longer easily reach weed seeds below. That dense coverage dramatically reduces the opportunity for unwanted plants to establish themselves. Gardeners also appreciate its adaptability. It grows happily around stepping stones, beneath shrubs, along borders, and even on slopes where mowing would be difficult. One thing worth mentioning is balance. Ajuga spreads enthusiastically. In ideal conditions, it can move beyond its original planting area. That's excellent if your goal is covering a difficult section quickly. It's less ideal if you expect every plant to stay perfectly contained. Many experienced gardeners simply edge around it once or twice a year to keep it exactly where they want it. Growing tip? Ajuga performs best in USDA zones 3 through 10. It tolerates partial shade extremely well, but also grows in full sun if the soil doesn't dry out excessively. Good air circulation helps reduce occasional fungal issues in humid climates. If your goal is replacing endless weeding with a dense, colorful living carpet, Ajuga makes a compelling case. Sometimes the fastest way to win against weeds is simply giving the ground no empty space to offer them. By now you've probably realized something. The most successful low-maintenance gardens aren't empty. They're full. Every square foot occupied by healthy plants is one less square foot available for weeds. But don't go anywhere. The final 3 ground covers might be the most useful of all. One has edible berries, one thrives where almost nothing else survives, and the final plant has quietly become one of the most dependable weed suppressors gardeners rely on year after year. By now, one thing should be clear. The goal isn't to find a plant that magically eliminates every weed forever. No plant can honestly promise that. The real secret is creating a garden so full, healthy, and balanced that weeds have very little opportunity to take hold. The final 3 plants do exactly that, and each brings something unique to the landscape. One produces edible berries, another thrives where many flowering plants struggle, and the last has become a favorite among gardeners looking for beauty, wildlife value, and dependable weed suppression all in one. Number 7. Wild strawberry, the ground cover that gives you a sweet bonus. Imagine stepping into your garden on a warm summer morning. Instead of seeing patches of bare soil, you notice glossy green leaves spreading beneath your shrubs. Tiny white flowers peek through the foliage, and a few weeks later, bright red berries appear like little jewels hidden among the leaves. That's the charm of wild strawberries. Unlike the large strawberries grown for supermarkets, wild strawberries produce smaller fruits packed with intense flavor. They're a delightful reward for gardeners, and birds often appreciate them too. But fruit isn't the only reason people plant them. Wild strawberries spread through runners, gradually forming a thick, low-growing mat that covers exposed soil. As that carpet fills in, it helps block sunlight from reaching many weed seeds, making it harder for unwanted plants to establish themselves. What most people don't realize is that native wild strawberries can also support local pollinators. Their spring flowers provide nectar and pollen for bees, while the dense foliage offers shelter for beneficial insects. They're especially useful beneath fruit trees, around raised beds, or along the edges of vegetable gardens where a softer, natural look is welcome. Growing tip. Wild strawberries generally grow well in USDA zones 3 through 9. They prefer full sun to partial shade and well-drained soil. Removing a few older runners every couple of years helps keep the patch healthy and productive. Sometimes the best ground cover doesn't just save work. It gives you something delicious in return. Number 8. Lily turf, liriope, the border plant that works almost anywhere. Every neighborhood seems to have one landscape that always looks tidy, even during the hottest part of summer, even after weeks without much attention. Chances are, liriope is quietly doing part of the work. Its long, arching leaves resemble ornamental grass, creating neat clumps that slowly expand over time. In late summer, slender spikes of lavender or violet flowers rise above the foliage, followed by dark berries that often remain into fall. It's one of those plants that looks polished without demanding constant care. Liriope is especially valuable along pathways, driveways, under trees, and around foundations where mowing becomes awkward. As the clumps mature and spread, they reduce open soil between plants, making it more difficult for weeds to move in. Another reason gardeners appreciate it is its adaptability. It tolerates heat. It handles humidity. Many varieties perform well in shade, while others grow happily in full sun with adequate moisture. That flexibility explains why landscape designers have relied on it for decades. Growing tip. Liriope generally performs well in USDA zones 5 through 10. Plant it in partial shade or full sun, depending on the variety and your local climate. Dividing mature clumps every few years keeps them vigorous and gives you free plants for other parts of the garden. Reliable plants rarely make headlines, but they often become the backbone of beautiful landscapes. Number 9. Creeping Juniper, the evergreen that works all year long. Some gardens lose their color as soon as winter arrives. Others stay alive with texture even when flowers have disappeared. Creeping Juniper belongs firmly in the second group. Its soft, evergreen branches spread outward like flowing waves across the landscape, hugging hillsides, rocky slopes, and garden borders with quiet confidence. Depending on the variety, the foliage may be rich, green, silvery, blue, or even develop beautiful purple tones during winter. Unlike many ground covers that disappear for part of the year, Creeping Juniper continues protecting the soil through every season. That's one of its greatest strengths. Its dense network of branches shades the ground, helping reduce weed growth while also protecting soil from erosion caused by heavy rain or wind. Because it's evergreen, those benefits continue even when many other plants are dormant. It's an outstanding choice for steep banks where mowing is difficult, dry hillsides, and sunny locations where turfgrass constantly struggles. Birds often use the branches for shelter, and established plants rarely require supplemental watering except during prolonged drought. Growing tip. Most creeping juniper varieties thrive in USDA zones 3 through 9. They need full sun and excellent drainage. Avoid planting them in constantly wet soils, where root problems can develop. One thing to remember is patience. Creeping juniper isn't the fastest spreader on today's list, but year after year, it quietly expands into a beautiful, low-maintenance evergreen carpet that rewards gardeners for thinking long-term. Sometimes, the strongest gardens aren't built quickly. They're built wisely. If there's one lesson these 9 ground covers teach us, it's this. Nature almost always prefers living soil to bare soil. The more empty spaces we leave in our gardens, the more opportunities weeds have to move in. But when we fill those spaces with the right plants, everything begins to change. Instead of spending every weekend pulling weeds, you spend more time enjoying flowers, watching butterflies, harvesting berries, or simply sitting outside with a cup of coffee, appreciating a garden that's working with you instead of against you. Will you still see the occasional weed? Of course, every experienced gardener does. But you'll likely spend far less time fighting them because your plants are doing much of the work for you. And honestly, that's one of the smartest gardening strategies there is. Imagine walking through your yard next season, color spilling over borders, pollinators moving from flower to flower, healthy ground covered with living plants instead of bare patches, and fewer weekends spent bent over pulling weeds. That's a garden worth growing. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these ground covers would fit your garden best? Have you already grown one of them? Or do you have another favorite that's helped keep weeds under control? Share your experience in the comments. Your ideas might help another gardener solve the very problem they've been struggling with. And if you enjoy practical, science-based gardening tips that save time while helping your garden thrive naturally, subscribe. We share new videos every week to help you grow a healthier, more productive, and more enjoyable garden one smart planting decision at a time. We'll see you in the next one.